So I haven't been on here for a while, not since my last video, which was how to get through the tough times. I wrote it basically to explain how things were for myself, but also to help the youth out there to get through their tough times in life. Now, since I've done that video, a lot has changed for me. I've been involved with diabetic behaviour therapy. I managed to get into a group, a DBT group, and I go every Monday to be with a group of people that all have trouble controlling their emotions, and it's a 2-hour process. So I go there on a Monday from 2 till 4, and also on a Tuesday I see my psychologist, and it's part of spending time and working out an individual program and how I can implement what I've learned through DBT into my own life. So yeah, I wanted to share a bit of that with you. Basically, you know, the 4 areas of diabetic behaviour therapy, DBT, there's mindfulness, there's emotional regulation, distress tolerance, and interpersonal skills with your family and friends, which is a big unit, and it's something that, you know, we do have trouble keeping relationships, and you know, we're not understood like we should be. So yeah, and so I've learnt so much through each one of these units. As I said, you know, I've only got a couple more months left, and then I graduate from the DBT program, and then I'm looking at doing some PTSD type counselling, and getting to more of the heart of my issues surrounding, you know, how I've come to be the way I am in life, and you know, what sort of led it to happen like that. As you probably know from my first video, I do have BPD. It's called borderline personality disorder, and yes, it's a continual struggle every day, but lucky for me, you know, having the DBT therapy, I've had the blessing of coming to know strategies that really do make a difference if I do them, and help me to control my own stress and my own stressful situations without getting other people involved. You know, I'm not having to use emergency services as much as I used to, and you know, I'm not being too much of a pain on my family and things like that. You know, I'm not as desperate as, you know, I was once, you know, because I do have a lot more tools in my toolbox to help me in order to cope. You know, there's times I still need help, but you know, there are times I can just use my skills and control myself that way, which is really good. You know, when I'm feeling intense distress, you know, one of the things they say is, you know, just to grab some ice cubes and to hold them, and you know, it gives you that sensation that you need at the time, but you're not actually harming yourself, you're not harming your body. So it's something I recommend, and is recommended through DBT, you know, for people especially that do like to cut and things like that, you know, and self-harm. You know, this is a safe way of getting that emotion out and still feeling discomfort, but at the same time being safe. yeah, I know, when I feel emotions pretty intense, and if I've got quite a distressing situation, and I need to calm myself down, I do find that a hot shower does do wonders. Even a cold shower to give you a shock. Yeah, and a lot of the sort of self-soothe type stuff, like cuddling a teddy bear, or a blanket, or putting on your favorite jersey, feeling the fabric, all of those sort of things help to comfort you, and help you in those times of distress. And even when you're not in that distress, you're around all of these tactile type things that can help you, and make you feel comfort, even if you're not feeling a lot of comfort in your own life. So I find that's quite helpful as well. Yeah, I've learned so much through DBT. It's not something I can really share everything in this one video, but yeah, there's so many skills that can be used in a positive way, and it's been formulated especially for borderline clients, but also anybody else could benefit from what you learn and what it teaches. Yeah, it just makes life a lot better. Life is still quite uncomfortable, don't get me wrong, but it does make life a lot easier to live when you have these tools, and you can use them effectively to help yourself. One of the most important things is to focus on your routine, to focus on getting out there for a walk every day, making sure you're up at a certain time, making sure you eat healthy, you exercise, making sure you don't isolate yourself. That's a big one as well. Isolation is a killer, and I've seen the effects of isolation, and it's not good at all. Yeah, and just making sure you keep up with your routine, like if you can work, definitely put something in there, try and go to work, and if you can't, even just do some volunteer work, or make sure you fill up your life with things, and make sure too that you take some time out for yourself. So you might want to go to the pictures, or go for a coffee once a week. Just make sure you do something, because life ain't easy, but we can make it a little bit more bearable for ourselves, by doing some of these things, and by trying to enjoy life while we're here. Sorry, it's really hard to think of everything all in one go, but yeah, I guess I'm just so overwhelmed by how far I've come. I've also started a blog. It's Blonde Tashi, BLONDE Tashi, TASHY, .blogspot.com, and in that blog I'm sharing a lot of my thoughts, and a lot of practical suggestions as well, to help people get through the tough times, and to be there for the rainbow at the end, because one of my favorite quotes is after there's rain, there's a rainbow. And a lot of us have gone through a lot, and we've had to deal with quite a lot of storms in our lives, but if we hang in there, then good things can happen, and there's always a possibility of good things happening, as long as we stay strong and Another quote that I've just been thinking about just recently is the fact that, you know, we're writing our own story, and you know, it's okay to close a chapter, but it's not okay to shut the entire book. You know, we don't know what the next chapter is going to bring, and also we're the one that writes, you know, what we want and you know, what we're going to accept. And I think it's just really important to think of life in that sort of metaphor, that, you know, your story isn't written yet. You know, you only maybe a chapter or two into your life, and you know, you've got all these other things yet to happen, and experiences yet to have, and you know, you don't want to sell yourself short, you know, because you're unhappy in a small part of your life, or you know, because of illness or whatever. You know, medication can help that, and you know, therapy and counselling and talking about it, and getting out and expressing how you feel can make you feel so much better, and can make life so much more bearable, you know, and livable. And yeah, I think it's just really important to keep that in mind, and realize still you are not alone. You know, there are a lot of people out there who do struggle, and every day, you know, they keep going and they keep getting up, and you know, I think that's a key thing, you know, that you are not alone. Myself, so many others, you know, are going through hardship, and we're still here. You know, we're still here, we're still fighting, we're still, you know, looking for that rainbow at the end. And, you know, if you don't give up, then, you know, you will find that rainbow. You know, it's just a matter of time that you will find that rainbow, and that rainbow is important. You know, everybody has things that they wish could disappear, and you know, a life could be different, but you know, at the end of the day, it can be. You know, we've just got to stay strong and hang in there, and remember we're not alone. And if you ever want to talk, or if you ever want to just write me a message, feel free. And please check out my blog. My blog is at blonde, BLODONDE, Tashi, TASHY.blogspot.com. Okay, alright, well that's enough for me for now, but please stay strong and keep hanging in there, because you know, there's people out there that love you, and you know, you're the only you. You know, there's no one else that can replace you. So please keep that in mind, and remember just to hang in there, and you know, after that rainbow comes, I'm sure things will be a lot better in your life. Okay, alright, see you later, bye.